episode of Lone Gamers of the Apocalypse, where we tackle a gremlin problem in what was once a pleasant evening. It really isn't anymore. Things have gone very, very poorly. Out of the 4 hours at this party so far, only one has been quiet. We have to get 2 more quiet hours to win this RPG.
Oh boy.
Yeah. We'll see. All right, so I'm rolling this next one. Our 3 options are, if I roll low, 1 or 2, the gremlins set fire to the bedroom.
All right, that seems very bad. Do you want to give a quick recap what happened in episode 1 and 2?
Why don't you give the recap? I gave the recap last time.
Oh, did you? All right, so in episode 1, everyone came to the party, and Max came from the back room, found an invitation that nobody wanted. Neighbor Dave showed up, and our unknown host
Still don't know his name.
Avoided a social situation where nobody would remember his name. Okay? In that episode, of course, Max tried to find prescription drugs in the bathroom and discovered other things about the host. Meanwhile,
that should have remained undiscovered.
Yes, and we should let them continue. At the end of the first episode, a suit, or basically a trench coat filled with gremlins, entered the party, disguising themselves at what we discovered is the district manager for the mega target where the host currently works. And he's obviously very confused by this. He thinks it's Carl. In the second episode, our next surprise guest was the Asian mystic from the Gremlins movies, who's come to try to rid us of these gremlins. And he first tried to reason with them, but then hell broke loose, and it has moved on to what has been known as Plan B. Now, Plan B seems to be using eradicating powerful tech lights. And now we're moving into the final stages. Is that a good summary, Mark?
Yeah, that's pretty accurate.
Okay.
All right. If I roll low, 1 or 2, the gremlins set fire to the bedroom. If I roll a 3 or 4, the gremlins flee to Dave's apartment, or we flee to Dave's apartment.
Yeah, either one, you'll get to choose. Yeah. Like, are we just gonna move this party over to Dave's? It's the gremlins' house now, or the gremlins are moving over to Dave's house.
I hope it's that one. If it's a 5 or 6, the gremlins set traps. It is a 4. Everybody, this party seems to be getting a little bit out of hand. Why don't we just head next door? Come over to my apartment.
Yeah, I think you don't mind if Waffles comes with, do you, Dave?
As long as he stays off the furniture, I think we're good.
Well, I can't guarantee that, but he's coming anyway. That's awesome.
Okay.
Yeah, I can't have you with those flashlights looking in my cupboards. For people who did not realize that even everybody playing, does not want anyone to look in those cupboards.
Now we roll to see how close to this situation. This situation is a bad situation for our host's party because, I mean, he still has to impress this district manager. And
who's disappeared.
If he can't even host his own party without having to move it next door, how can he run a store?
And we still have the confusion whether the Asian mystic is the regional or district manager, whichever the two of those is larger. Who would be Carl's boss? Whose boss's boss?
I rolled a 2.
I rolled a 5.
I rolled a 1.
Great. Seppy, you get a +1 on your roll. Okay, come on, everybody. We're gonna go head next door.
Yeah, that's a great
next,
idea.
Grab the poutine.
Oh. What is this? What kind of gravy is this? Brown? Looks good.
Usually.
It's too dark in here for me to tell.
Yeah, that's usually best. Okay, then. All right, we're all moving in over. Take that cheese. I'm taking this cheese platter with me. All right. So, district/regional manager Lee, we're just going to leave you two here and figure out your plan. We don't want a plan C to happen.
Yeah, just come on next door whenever you're ready.
Yeah, whenever you're ready. And so the Asian mystic just doesn't even acknowledge their ignorance and just grunts.
Great.
Okay. So
We all get over to Dave's apartment. Everything inside it is hand built and poorly built. The couch is made out of pallets. The dining room table and chairs are made out of pallets. Uh, Everything in this house, there's a wall that is like wood paneling. It's made out of pallets. Like, welcome to my den.
Oh, you've done some nice work here, Dave. I see you've been using the pallets that I've been giving you to good use since the last time.
Oh yeah, it's all DIY.
Oh,
I love them shows on YouTube.
yeah, it's the YouTubes. Max, you might have wondered where we put all those pallets, right?
Yeah, we've been missing a lot of pallets in shipping and receiving. We use those to move product. I mean, I'm new. You guys, I guess you know what's best.
Well, with the shipping crisis as it is, those were stacking up, and Dave loves to be handy, don't you, Dave?
Oh yeah, I put him to a good home.
Yeah. Oh, and he's improving. You should have seen how the nails stuck out, all rusty like before.
It's a interesting place you got here, Dave.
Ooh, good use of the word interesting, Max. You're starting to fit in. I feel like we've all calmed everything down.
Let's see if we do, though.
All right, I get +1.
You do. Doug rolled a 1.
I rolled a 3.
I got a 6.
I got a 5. All right, things have calmed down. We hear the sounds of banging and grunting from next door, but after.
Oh, Dave, for the record, you're used to sounds of banging and grunting from next door.
Oh yeah, do you have that guy over all the time?
Well,
I didn't think this was your typical sort of party, but
It's not a Thursday. But thanks for caring.
Sure thing, boss. And everybody just sits on the pallet furniture and doesn't talk for a while and eats the poutine. I think I got some Coors Light in the fridge if you want some.
Oh, do you have some of that Milwaukee's Best?
I might have something like that around here. Let me check my porch fridge.
Nothing says parties like Milwaukee's Best.
He goes out on the porch balcony and the refrigerator that's out there. See if he's got some.
Okay. All right. So the question is, this is the start of the last hour, correct?
It is.
Since this is the start of the last hour, what horror does Dave experience from the balcony that could be completely non-related or completely related?
Yep. Man, what could it be?
Oh, I know what it is. This is the midnight when this triggers?
Yeah.
Or the end of it midnight?
It's supposed to end at midnight, but we've already decided the party started an hour late. So it's happening after midnight. These late nights, sure glad I don't have to work in the morning.
Oh, you never work, Dave. It's fine.
I got a big Etsy following. People like their pallet products.
All right.
And this is Doug. You're the roller.
Oh, okay. Man.
All right. Are we ready?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Count to 3.
Okay.
3, 2, 1.
Okay. So if I roll a 1 or 2, it's going to be
very specific.
Tsunami of Mogwai from the YMCA pool headed to Popeye's Chicken, and we're past midnight. So that would be a mess of stuff. So that would mean we'll get into what that would mean if we roll it, I guess. It's going to mean a lot of gremlin. If I get a 3 or 4 bounty hunters from another dimension.
Oh, that's the Buckaroo Banzai.
Oh, I was thinking Critters.
Oh, yeah, Critters. That could be Critters too.
Another movie I haven't seen.
Are Critters bounty hunters? I've never seen Critters.
There are bounty hunters in Critters. Yeah,
That's
the
interesting.
good guys. Oh yeah. Leonardo DiCaprio is in Critters too.
I guess I have to watch Critters. And if I get a 5
Or
or
is he in
6,
Critters 4? I forget. He's either in 2 or 4.
who knew there were so many Critters movies?
There are a lot of Critters movies. I've seen them all.
And 5 or 6, Dave's apartment is haunted. Completely unrelated to everything. Okay, I'm gonna roll this. Final hour. And we got a 2. So that means that the solar system has aligned and it is the end of days. A tsunami of Mogwai from the YMCA pool headed to Popeye's Chicken, and it was past midnight. So a tsunami of Mogwai are going to get wet and simultaneously eat after midnight. Oh wait, so
they're coming already from the pool.
Yeah,
that doesn't have water anymore.
They're soggy. Yeah.
So they do no. The 2 different things happen when these. This is the worst case scenario, but when Mogwai get wet, they multiply. So we have a tsunami that has multiplied,
Mm-hmm.
and now they have headed to Popeye's Chicken, and this is the final hour. So they've eaten, and when they've eaten, they go through a metamorphosis and become gooey gremlins. So now there's this. Are we in a city? Because it's been taken over by gremlins.
We are in Eden Prairie. You're on Dave's balcony, and you're seeing basically a furry wave headed towards Popeye's Chicken.
Yeah, so everybody's joined Dave out on the balcony. It's chilly.
Oh,
but
no. Dave's the only one who sees this.
Oh, just Dave? Okay.
Yeah, because we want this to be pleasant, Dave. This is all on you. Dave, do you acknowledge what this is? How do you keep the party? Because the goal isn't to stop the end of the world, because that's just happening.
Yeah, no, it is the party just has to be nice.
Yeah, we just need to get the party back on its pleasant track.
So, yeah, Dave's out there at the fridge. He bends down to get something out of the fridge, get the Milwaukee's Best, and he picks up a bottle and stands up and looks.
How did you get it in bottles? It's not even Milwaukee, Dave. Is that a can? I expect
it's imported.
A fancy part. It's imported from Wisconsin.
Dave, did you put this in a bottle? That's really strange.
He pulls it out of the fridge, looks at whatever is happening downtown, the chaos that is ensuing, the sparks and explosions from these gremlins doing gremlin things. He goes back in the fridge and gets a 6-pack instead. Comes back in the apartment. You guys wouldn't believe what's happening outside.
Yeah, Dave, is something going on there? Or is that just next door, like filtering out? And is that what I heard? Should I go out to the balcony?
I mean, I don't think you need to. I can explain what's going on pretty well, but you could take a look, see if you want.
Oh, no, I trust you. What's going on?
Oh, the same thing that happened in your apartment.
Oh. You mean everybody's district manager is paying a visit to their social situation and they're confusing it for some sort of adult party?
Sure. Let's roll our dice. I obviously rolled a 5. I'm close to the situation.
I might be really clueless, or I'm really on it. Oh, I critically failed. I like the worst thing is not the gremlins. I got a 1. The worst thing is obviously my private life has spilled over into work.
I got a 2.
Why don't you, the two of you, come over here and take a look?
Oh, jeez, Dave. That's none too good. Those critters are everywhere.
Yep.
Oh, Waffles, I'm glad you have one of those flashlights.
I'm not from around here, but could this be like meteorological weather related?
Oh, I don't think so.
I
I'm
think
gonna go
this
lock
is.
the door.
I think this is very much has the smell of the loot.
Is that where did it rain frogs or fish?
Ah,
Yep.
yep.
I'm just imagining the three of us are just standing there with our beers, our mysteriously bottled beers, just
Dave,
chatting about this like it's the weather. Yeah.
Dave,
Hey, buddy.
mind if I have another?
Oh, go ahead.
Thank you.
I'm gonna go lock up.
That's a good idea. You wouldn't happen to have a nail gun, would you?
Oh, do I have a nail gun? You think these pallets nail themselves?
Hey, Max. Now I'm sort of. It might just be the three of us. Now I'm sort of glad you looked in the cupboards. See anything you like?
Hey, that nail gun. I like these palette your palette decor, Dave, but I could also see these coming apart and reinforcing doors. You know, it could be a pretty bad storm out there.
I'll go grab the tools.
Yeah,
Good plan.
that's great. Maybe we should invite the district/regional manager into the house. I don't think he knows my name. Do you think that's weird?
It's pretty quiet over there.
Oh yeah, we that's just his house now. That's
Well,
a good idea.
Maybe let's go have a look, see if we can check on him and offer him a drink or two.
You betcha.
I think our solution is we're hoping to board up the apartment and get this gremlin exterminator to come over.
All right. So we roll.
Last roll of the game.
Last roll of the game. We need to get high to make this happen.
I got a 6 plus 1.
6.
4. You guys did
That's it. We did it. All right. We had a very pleasant evening. Let's narrate the end game. What happens?
All right. So first of all, we completely navigated talking around the host's name, not knowing it. That was a massive success. We did not engage with his kink. That's a massive success. We never looked in the cupboards. That's good. We got ourselves a gremlin exterminating expert to come with us, and now we're basically trying to indoctrinate him into his new community of 4 people.
Yeah. So what happens with the rest of the night is we just have it. We invite this guy over, and the 4 of us have a great time drinking beers and nailing up the windows and doors.
The Asian mystic
pleasant night.
looks very angry about this, and then he shakes his head a little bit, and then he just says, "We have a lot of work at dawn," and he just continues to drink.
The Dave has nothing to hide, so the two of you go through all of Dave's stuff and just find tools, all like saws, nail guns, drills, anything you can imagine.
Okay. Yeah, I'm picturing like a one of those saws that has like a spinning blade on the front.
Uh-huh. Most of the things are battery powered.
We duct tape these powerful flashlights to weapons, nail guns. Duct tape the safety down on a nail gun,
and then once we're all settled, we just
crash
on the pallet couch.
Yeah, I make small talk while offering cheese and Milwaukee's best to folks while being very fastidious about like air ducts, ceilings, like as we're taping up all these things for the next few hours. Meanwhile, our special guest is sleeping until he is absolutely needed, and we're just trying to not let the be quiet and not let the gremlins in, because it is now their world.
I'm just picturing like the end scene is the three of us sitting around, and Dave says, that was a pretty pleasant party, bud.
Yeah, Dave, I'm really glad. Yeah, that I decided to have this party. Yeah, Max, thanks for showing up.
Yeah, really pleasant. A pleasant evening.
Is that it?
Yeah,
That's it. Wow. All right, Seppy, what did you think of this game? You had your reservations.
I think playing games with you guys is just fun.
Well, thank you for watching this session of Lone Gamers: The Apocalypse. We'll see you next time.